Hello everybody, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kaylee. I make a lot of bookish, lifestyle, and here and there some Disney vlogs. So we are going to go through the week together and we're going to see how much reading I actually get done in the week as a student who is in grad school and works as well. So in this video, I am just going to be reading whenever I get the chance. You're going to see what it looks like for me and how much I realistically read in a week as a student. So that means reading when I'm not working, which is often, reading when I'm not doing homework, which is very, very often. I'm not gonna do any spoilers in this vlog, so don't worry. Also, we have this little guy here. This is my new little mic. I'm trying things. We're branching out. We're seeing. If I don't like it and this video quality sucks and you guys don't like it, I'll go back to having no microphone. So I actually just finished Redeemed by Lauren Asher this morning. I had like 40 pages left. I sat down when I woke up and I just finished reading it. Because thankfully I don't have work today, but I have been doing homework all day. But the book that I'm truly starting this week off with is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I know everyone has read this. I get it. I understand. Guess what? I haven't, because if you've seen my last video, which was like a resetting vlog, I hauled this in that video and I talked about how I am stubborn and all my other books by her are paperback. So therefore I will be waiting every single time, a whole year, until the paperback comes out. I am actually going to head back to doing homework. I'm not counting what I read for homework as reading, because I would be counting ungodly amounts of reading if that were the case. All right, guys, it is several hours later. I just finished up with my homework and my eyes feel like, and my brain feels like mush. Not in a way that I can't read for pleasure, just in the way of if I read any more educational books or do anything related to learning, I'm gonna go insane. But I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna start reading. Maybe I'm wrong and my eyes are gonna start to bleed and I won't be able to do this anymore. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of Funny Story and I can already tell that I'm gonna love this book. I am an Emily Henry gal. You can't see it right now, but literally this first shelf, I have all of my Emily Henrys, literally every book that she's written. None of what I'm about to tell you is any sort of spoiler. Basically, Daphne was dating this guy Peter for however long and like in love with him, and they were literally about to get married, and he was on his bachelor party, and then somehow, some way, he started dating his childhood best friend Petra, whatever you want to call her. So Daphne's like, okay, well now I need a new place to live. So naturally she moves in with Petra's, I'm gonna call her Petra, okay? Petra's ex-boyfriend, Miles, into an apartment with him, and in Waning Bay, Michigan, which I don't know if that's a real place or not. Not gonna lie to you. I'm from Michigan, by the way. It's already talking about like northern Michigan and living there and just what life is like up there. And while I don't live in northern Michigan, I have visited many times and I know the vibes. I've already had my jaw dropped a couple times. Not in a like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened, like in a twist sort of way, but like a, oh my gosh, like what the heck, this poor girl, this poor guy. So I'm just gonna keep reading for a little bit. I don't know how long I'm gonna read for, when I will talk to you guys again, but I'm already enjoying it and I'm only one chapter in. All right, what is up everybody? Happy Tuesday. It is much later in the day. It's like 1:30. I have just been working all day. I still am, but I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I had a little lull in my work day, so I was like, one, I've been staring at a computer screen all day, so I just need to step away. And two, I just haven't updated y'all yet. So yesterday I ended up reading 124 pages. So I had finished up Redeemed in the morning, which is about, I think it was like 50 pages or something like that. Then I read 74 pages of Funny Story. I have not read any more of this today. Like I said, I've been working all day and I still have work for several hours. I am truly, thoroughly enjoying this book right now. I don't know. I'm very interested to see where this book goes. I'm not even mad if there's not even like the best plot in the world in this book, just because I'm really enjoying the characters and I'm just enjoying the northern Michigan life. I don't really know what's going to happen in this book. I don't read the back of books ever. They're like an author that I like is an autobi author for me, like Emily Henry. I don't even read the back. I'm just like, oh, they came out with a new book, I'm getting it. The only time I ever read the back of a book is when I'm in store and I'm just like browsing and I'm just looking at books I've never even heard of before and I read the back. But most of my books come from social media like BookTube. If any of my favorite booktubers or just vloggers on YouTube talk about books, I'm like, okay, Put it on the list. Let me know if you guys are synopsis readers, because I'm not, unless it's a book that I'm just browsing in the store. But yeah, I don't know anything further that's going to happen in this book because I did not read the synopsis. So okay, y'all. Update time on funny story. It takes place in northern Michigan, which is just so summery, such a vibe, and also just so close to home. I don't feel like I would connect to this book as much if it wasn't taking place in Michigan. Like, even if it was taking place in like Indiana, I don't think I would be connecting to it as much or loving it as much as I should say. I was curious though. Where's her little search about herself? So she studied creative writing at Hope College, which is like Holland, Michigan area. Okay, that makes sense. And now she lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is all making such more sense. I don't know why I never looked at that before, because she's literally written a book. Beach Read takes place in Michigan. But I was just reading this, and one of the things was talking about like Abraham Lincoln. Miles was saying that like the moms at the reading group thought he was hot. Daphne said something about Abraham Lincoln was people's sexiest man alive, and I'm just like, honestly, if he was the president nowadays, he probably would be like very hot in the mind's eye. So I'm like picturing him, and I'm like, I can see it. Tall, bearded, rugged, from Kentucky. Like, are you kidding? Another thing that my Michigan heart, my little Midwestern loving heart, is he's taking her shopping, and she's like trying to guess where, and she's naming off all these different places. She's like, we're going shopping, Family Fair, Thompson Market, Better. Oh, I know. I cry. Meyer. Me. When John says we're going shopping, I'm like, can we go to Meyer? She's talking about like her quote unquote boring life, about just what she does after work, not really doing much, and kind of just like hanging out, reading, going to Dollar Tree and Meyer. And I'm like, what do you mean boring? I love going to Dollar Tree and Meyer. That is like the epitome of Midwest. I just think it's just fun. Alright guys, happy Wednesday. It is like 2:30 in the afternoon. I have not read at all today. I had to work until 1 o'clock, and I had some errands that I had to run. Now we're getting into reading territory. I'm currently, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. It's blurry, but I'm at Barnes. I am not planning on book shopping. I'm sure I will peruse. I mean, I can't go to Barnes and not at least walk through, but I'm not in the hunt for anything. Maybe. I just wanted a place to go read. Enough jabbering. Let's go into Barnes and read. I guess I didn't realize that this came out already. Remember when I said I probably wasn't gonna get any books? I fear I lied. So I'm currently walking around trying to find a place to sit, because besides the Starbucks area, there's not like designated seating areas besides like one place, and someone's sitting there. So kind of walking around. Maybe there's some that I missed, but I don't really want to sit at the Starbucks area, so we're gonna see if I can find another place. Hi guys. Hey, oh, you want to say something? So I got back from Barnes a little bit ago. I was there for probably like an hour and a half reading, which was really nice. I did get a book. I did get the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. What I will say is, when I was sitting here at Barnes, there was like this group of 4 older gentlemen meeting for their coffee. And when I say older gentlemen, I'm meaning like late 60s to early 70s. Apparently it's one of the man's anniversaries with his wife, but he was saying March 6th, 2006. That was the first time he kissed her. And I'm like, huh? You remember that? 19 years later. I couldn't even tell you when John and I first kissed, and we haven't even been together a year yet. So, but it was very adorable, and it gave me like just like rom-com-y vibes. Someone write a book about that man because it was adorable. All right, enough rambling. I'm gonna get back to reading. Okay, so I know you guys won't be able to hear it, but it just started raining. It's like 10:30 at night. It's raining. I'm cozied up with a book. Are you kidding? Like, what more could I ask for? Good morning, everybody. It is now Thursday. It is currently like 9:30. I am now ready for the day. I should have work around 9, but I wanted to update you guys really quick because I'm going to be busy all day. I have work until 4 and then I have a paper to write, so I won't be able to read until a little bit later. But last night I ended up reading 184 pages and finishing Funny Story. I'm not going to go too in-depth into the book because I am going to do a February and March wrap-up, so I'll talk about it more in-depth there, but I did end up giving it 5 stars. No notes. Miles, no one else will compare. Daphne, this is one of the first female main characters that I've really liked in a very long time. She's not whiny. She's not, oh, my life, like I have it like the worst. She just kind of like, she's like, yeah, my life kind of sucks, but she keeps going with it. And the way she grows is very realistic. And the adult friendships in here is amazing. That is the one thing that Emily Henry, I think, is top tier about, is adult friendships. They are realistic. They're adults that act like adults within their friendships and not like a bunch of whiny teenagers, even when there is drama in adult friendships, because there is. I loved Ashley. I loved Julia. I loved every aspect of this book. I was never bored. I thought it was the perfect length. I did not think that anything needed to be added. I didn't think anything needed to be taken away. It was just definitely one of my 6-star reads. That is just the update for you guys. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know what else I'm going to start today. That'll be a thought for later. I have a lot of other things to do. I have work to do all day, and I have a paper to at least partially write today. I thought I'd just give you guys an update before everything gets really hectic and really busy and I forget to do it later. I will see you guys after work when I can begin reading. Hi guys, I'm so tired. I was doing research for hours for my paper, which I would think was going to be super easy because it's on schizophrenia. Do you know how difficult it is to find research about different life stages involving schizophrenia? Clearly, somebody out there needs to do more research on this because I can't find anything relevant, because you also can't use stuff from like older than 10, 15 years ago, and like everything is from like the 90s. My neuroscientists, my neuropsych people, please research it. Please, I'm begging you, because I don't want to do it because that's not the realm that I went into. My brain hurts and I just need to chill and to read something that has nothing to do with education whatsoever. But what I will say, while I was working today, for a little bit, I listened to an audiobook, which is Games Untold by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have been trying to listen to this audiobook to get through it for solid 2 months now. This is like a bunch of short stories. I did not enjoy the first 2 narrators, especially the first one. The first one that was narrating as Avery Grahams or Jameson Hawthorne. Be so for real. Like, that's not what they sound like. So sorry. But yeah, so I've just been trying to get through this, but I'm trying to think of what I should read next. Of course, I'm thinking of the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. No, I just got that. I can't read that yet. I'm kind of thinking of a fiction-y or like a really, really short fantasy. I'll let you guys know when I know more, but I'm just letting y'all know that I still have not read today. I still have not read anything today. I've listened to a little bit of an audiobook. I'm not counting this as pages read because I haven't read it. I've just listened to it, but I just still wanted to update you guys on it. I don't know what I want to read. I think I'm just going to grab a couple and read like the first pages of each. That's what I usually do when I can't decide. and see what jumps out at me. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Thank goodness. It's the weekend and it's March. So you know what that means. It's time to watch basketball all day long, which will commence in about 2 hours. But I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about what I read last night. So I didn't even get around to reading until like 8 p.m. last night. It was a hectic, busy work and school day, and my brain was just not even ready to read a book until a little bit before bedtime. So I started When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, which is a thriller, actually. So basically this takes place in Brooklyn, in Gifford Place, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is a predominantly Black neighborhood in Brooklyn that our main character Sydney has grown up in her entire life. It's where everyone knows everyone looks after everyone, and there are new developers coming in, and there's this big business coming in, and all of her neighbors start moving and disappearing. They're there 1 second and they're gone the next, but everyone's like they're moving. It's, because people are buying out their homes because they're trying to repopulate this neighborhood and trying to create it as a different neighborhood than what it is and ignore all of its culture. And we start off with Sydney on a tour of her own neighborhood put on by somebody else. And she is going on this tour and realizing they're not talking about any of the true cultural historical facts. They're talking all about white men, and they're not even mentioning these people who were the first Black woman to do this, the first Black man to do this, and they live right there, or they used to live there, and blah, blah, blah. And they're not talking about what made this neighborhood. And she's like, you know what, I'm going to create my own and really get down to the historical facts of what this place truly is. And that is pretty much as far as I have gotten. I'm excited to get to the thriller aspect. I don't really know how we're gonna get there, but that doesn't matter. Even if it doesn't turn out to be really a thriller, it's just fiction, I am so thoroughly enjoying it. So I definitely will be reading it more today. We are going to a local restaurant to watch basketball day, John and I. But my team doesn't play till 10 p.m. So I really don't care. I will be watching, but I'm bringing my book for sure, and I will be reading. I will let you guys know more when I can, but I probably won't be like vlogging in a bar. One, it'll be loud, and two, awkward. I now have to go upstairs and do homework basically until we leave. We interrupt this reading vlog to bring you Kaylee drinking pop for the first time in 2.5 years. How do you feel about being here for this historic moment?
You're a crazy kid.
I know, but it's not really pop because it's Olipop root beer, because most root beer, as we've discussed, doesn't have caffeine, but my favorite Barks does, and I don't like A&W, so... And this is way better for you, so I'm going to try it. And he got a couple of flavors as well. I don't think he's going to open them right now. But, what'd you get? He got lemon lime.
And orange squeeze.
He went for the ones that do have caffeine in them because he can function normally with caffeine. So, I'm just scared. I'm scared. Back. Do you want to try it?
I'll pass.
What a loser. Actually, wait. The orange one, I'm not going to try the orange one, but the orange one doesn't have caffeine. Neither of those do. I'm so dumb because Sprite doesn't have caffeine either. Okay, well, he's going to let me look like an idiot on the internet. Also, we're trying all things because it's that time of the month and I want chips. What do we got?
Michigan cherry, Great Lakes kettle chips.
Cherry barbecue. I'm not a cherry person, but I am a kettle chip person. Oh, sorry, he wants to do the ASMR.
No, that's not what I was going to get at.
What?
I was saying brought to you by Gordon's Food Service.
Brought to you by Gordon's Food Service, your local warehouse worker. Are they red? Yeah, I could mess these up. I'm also making cookies because MSU plays in an hour and a half. Go green. Go white, baby.
Got something to say? Do you want to talk about the book?
Hi guys, happy Saturday. It is 3:30. I have been reading today. Haven't updated you, but yesterday I read 72 pages. I definitely did not get a ton done. I think in the beginning of the day I said we were gonna go to the local like bar restaurant and watch basketball all day. We were there for a couple hour maybe. It was not the vibe, so we came home. Also, state one, go green. But I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, because I don't think I've given you an update in a few days. I'm a little over halfway through. I don't know if it'll focus. I think on like one of the first days I started reading this, I said it was a thriller and I was waiting for it to be a thriller. It's still not. It reminds me of Get Out, like the most brief way. Definitely does give me Get Out vibes, but Get Out is a million times more thrilling. That being said, I am still thoroughly enjoying this book. It just definitely feels like just fiction. So I'm going to keep reading that and hopefully can get that done tomorrow. But I also have a paper to finish writing, which hopefully shouldn't take me too long, but hopefully it doesn't keep me in the way of finishing that book. Also, I was telling you guys that I've been listening to Games Untold by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I only have like 60 pages left in that. I have been listening to it and it's definitely gotten better. I really had a hard time getting through the first short story. So if you are having difficulty the same way, just keep pushing through. I don't know that I'd recommend the audiobook. I definitely wouldn't, just as someone who hasn't done an audiobook for any of the other books by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, especially in this series and in the sister series of the Inheritance games. So I've never like had these be the voices of the characters, and they just don't sound like how they sound in my head when I'm reading them. I don't know if I'll get that done. I probably won't get that done in this video, but like I said, I'm not even counting it as pages read because I've just been listening to it. But got this. We're just watching basketball the rest of the day. I gotta make dinner at some point, but that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna read, and if I have any more updates, I'll let y'all know. Alright guys, so it's Sunday. It is 5:30 p.m., 6 p.m., one of those two. I have not read yet today, so that's why you're seeing me now. But yesterday, I ended up finishing When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, and I read 200 pages. I ended up giving that book 3.75 stars. I will talk about it more in my February and March reading wrap-up. I really, really enjoyed it. Would I classify it as a thriller? No, but was it still a very good book? Yes. When I tell you we rotted for 95% of the day. We watched basketball and I read all day. Today has been a little bit of a different story. We got a late start to the day. We woke up pretty late in the day. John went home and I went shopping with my mom. We went to Trader Joe's, Costco, Meijer, all the best stops. And then I came home and I had to finish writing the paper for class that was due this evening. And then I made us dinner, and now we're here. So I don't know what I'm gonna read. I have some books that are like wrapped up, so I can't see what they are, and I could like pull a number and do one of those. The ones that are wrapped are the ones that have been on my TBR for a very, very long time, and I just had never picked up. So I'm like, I'm gonna force myself to read them by picking a number. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So here you can kind of see my books that are all wrapped up. I believe there's like 13 of them left, and I have this little jar. So what I'm gonna do is pull from this jar, whatever number I get, we will unwrap the book together and see what it is. Okay. Number 14. Sometimes I can guess what they are. I truly don't know what this one's gonna be. I'm scared. What if it's something I really don't want to read? No, I can't do it. Code Name Verity by Elizabeth Wine. Here's the thing. I am an historical fiction girly through and through, but I've tried to read this before. Let's see if it's on Kindle. If it's on Kindle Unlimited, maybe that'll help. Oh, it is available on Kindle. So I am going to download it on my Kindle, and hopefully that'll help me get through it. I guess this is what we're gonna read. All right, hi everybody. It is now Monday, so it has been an entire week of reading and seeing how much I truly read in the life of a master's student. Before we get into the total, yesterday, Sunday, you guys know I got a very late start to reading, and I ended up reading 65 pages yesterday. I believe the last thing you saw me doing was attempting to read Codename Verity. I got 15 pages in and I DNF'd. It was my second time trying to read through. Sometimes, you pick up a book and you're just like, nope. It wasn't for me. I'm done. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna put myself into a slump. But I decided to pick up a different book, a different pace to try to keep myself out of that slump and have me reading something that I'm truly enjoying. So I ended up picking The Crimes of Grindelwald by J.K. Rowling. It's written as a screenplay and I accidentally ripped it, but I ended up reading like 50 pages of this. Don't mind that bookmark. Like I read 50 pages in maybe like 10 minutes. You fly through this because it's written as a screenplay. But I needed something that was just no brain power. So with that being said, throughout this entire week, I read 851 pages. I feel pretty good about that. In a week, being able to do that while I'm working, and I also have homework, so I was reading stuff for that I didn't even count in this. Now, I don't always read that much. I feel like this was actually a very good week of reading, just because this weekend was the beginning of March Madness, so we just sat on the couch for like basically 2 days, and all we did was watch basketball, and I read at the same time, so I got in a lot of reading that I feel like I maybe normally wouldn't. But also sometimes I do get in this much reading, and sometimes I get in a lot less. I also actually ended up finishing Games Untold by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I was talking to you guys about throughout this video, and I was doing it as an audiobook. Didn't love it. Did it need to be written? No. Am I gonna read everything she puts out in that series? Absolutely. It's supposed to be one final book in that series, the Inheritance Games series, and then they're like sister series to the Inheritance Games. The second book comes out this summer. I'm gonna read it. It's definitely gone downhill for me, but whatever. So I did end up finishing that audiobook as well, which was very, very nice. I do enjoy me a good audiobook. But yeah, that is what I read this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other like bookish vlogs that you want to see, comment them down below. Let me know. I'm open to it. The only thing I will not be doing, I can promise you, is a 24-hour reading challenge. Not happening. I can't do it. We've seen videos before of me when I don't get good sleep. It messes with me mentally so insanely much that it's actually just, it's not even just like a, oh, I'm tired, I feel like, no, like it makes my OCD really rampant and it makes my depression like not okay. So I'm not even messing with that. But that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe down below for more reading vlogs, life vlogs, and stuff of that nature. And I will see you guys in the next one.